What's going on, Raiders? Duelam here, and today we're going to be talking about Leonardo's kit since he is currently in the 25x boost for the Void Shards, and I was absolutely baffled when I finally saw his kit, really broke it down, and saw how insane he was. So if you're ready, let's get into it. But first, make sure you're clicking that download link or scanning the QR code to get Karato Fox Hunter. The second you start the game, an amazing legendary nuker. At level 10, you're going to be getting Tagore, an amazing epic support character. At level 20, you're going to be getting Fane, who's got some incredible turn meter steal, as well as some pretty crazy damage. And then at level 30, you're going to be getting Vergus, who's a defense-based champion, to help keep your other characters alive. And then this is super important, day number 1 within the first 24 hours of making your Raid Shadow Legends account, type in promo code Monkey King to get Sun Wukong, one of the best free legendaries they have ever given. And if you're on iOS, make sure you're clicking a different link in the description to type in any promo codes. All right, Leonardo, he is going to be a Void legendary for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's also going to be part of the Shadowkin. Also, Shredder is going to be part of the Shadowkin. So that's pretty interesting as well, because now you can get a little bit of pairing with those two. So if we go to Shadowkin here, obviously you're going to see Leonardo here, and then also Shredder, which is really, really nice because of Faction War. So you're able to use both of them in the same section, which is very, very helpful. That's going to be nice to be able to have a little bit of pairing up there, to be able to use 2 in 1, because a lot of these have different factions, which is unfortunate, but I understand why. Imagine if they were all like lizard men and they were all in the same faction. That'd be kind of insane, especially for like for faction wars. Lizard men faction wars would just be solved immediately with this team. So I kind of understand. There's also lore behind it as well that you can read, so I completely get that as well. But back to Leonardo, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know if I'm 100% correct on this, but I'm pretty sure he's the best. Like, without a doubt. Not only the fact that he's a Void, which already makes him that much better because then the affinity bonuses and deficiencies don't affect him, but also because of his kit. He is really, really, really good, and it makes me think he's going to be probably the hardest to get, honestly, but he's going to be one of the ones you want the absolute most. So he's a legendary, a defense-based character as well. His aura is going to be increasing defense in all battles by 33%. So pretty interesting right off rip. So let's go into the A1 New York Slice. First of all, listen here. I'm going to say that. I said this once before, I think in my Michelangelo kit breakdown. I'm going to say it again. These kit names are 10 out of 10. These are amazing. I love these. These are great. I think they did absolutely amazing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. But from the art style to the ability names to the kits, just all in all, they are insanely amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, New York Slice, level 1. Sorry. Attacks one enemy 2 times. When counterattacking, will repeat this attack against a random enemy. So when counterattacking, pretty nice. Nothing wrong with that. We like it. We like it. We like it. It's also against a random enemy as well. So I'm assuming not against the attacker, which is pretty interesting. But obviously, if you're going against a boss, it's going to hit the same one no matter what. Also, we'll ignore 3% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion. Stacks up to 15%. So that's going to be really, really interesting, especially if you have a lot of buffs, but you need 5 buffs to max that out. And you're probably going to have 5 buffs knowing this team, with all of the buffs that you're putting out there. The continuous heal, the strengthen, just all the stuff that's being thrown on from this team. Yeah, you're definitely going to have that. So that's pretty nice. And then you're just getting some damage, but the damage is pretty good, especially because it's ignoring the 15% of the target's defense with all the buffs out there. So that's really, really nice. So this is a really good ability, even though it's just the A1 and it just increases damage, but still very, very good. Now for the A2, Shell Yeah. Once again, amazing. 5-turn cooldown, book down to a 3-turn cooldown, and that's the only thing the books do, which is really, really nice. Places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. First of all, absolutely amazing right there. And a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Amazing, amazing, amazing right there. Also places an unkillable buff and a counterattack buff on this champion for 2 turns. Absolutely amazing on a 3-turn cooldown. That is nuts. That is so, so good. The counterattack obviously proccing off of the A1 where it's telling you about the target's defense for each buff. So that's going to be hitting out of turn. An unkillable buff as well. Increased defense on everybody, and then the increased defense is going to make the counterattacks even stronger because the damage is based off of on defense for the A1. This ability is nuts, and then bring it down to a 3-turn cooldown is really, really, really strong and very, very powerful. That is amazing. You're pretty much always going to have an increased defense buff on all allies and the ally protection. Very, very, very good. Now, for the A3, Turtles Together. Attacks all enemies. The damage inflicted by this skill is increases by 5% for each buff on all allies and enemies. Notice how there's no cap on this. This is absolutely disgusting for Hydra because all of the buffs that are on all 4 of the heads are going to combine 5% each. And then all of the buffs that are going to be from his A2 and also the continuous heal from Donatello, and then also all of the stuff from Michelangelo. This is nuts. This is really, really, really strong. This has a chance of hitting extremely, extremely hard, and it also drops it down to a 3-turn cooldown with books, and then it gets 30% more damage from the subsequent books as well. Also removes all buffs from all enemies. If this attack kills an enemy, this effect cannot be resisted. So this is going to be really good if you're killing like a Hydra head and you're getting that much more, but you're getting essentially a buff cleanse on all enemies if this kills somebody. This is absolutely nuts. Very, very, very strong. This is a very, very good ability here. And then it even gets better the more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles you have in your team. So if you have 1 turtle ally, it's going to ignore 15% of each target's defense per each Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael in the same team. Does not count this champion. So it's also going to be ignoring 45% of the target's defense if you have Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael on the same team. That is absolutely insane. So it's ignoring pretty much half of the defense. It's also stacking based off of buffs on your team and all enemies. And then it's going to be a buff cleanse if you get a kill. And we're not done. It's still going. 2 turtle allies increases the damage dealt by this skill in proportion to this champion's missing HP. So if he is low and this is something that you're going to be putting out there and you're trying to lifesteal up because of the leech that is put out there as well by Michelangelo, you're going to be healing a bunch, but you're also going to be doing more damage based off of this champion's missing HP. Now, I'm interested to see how this is going to work. If this is like a percent base off of your missing HP. So if you're missing 80% HP, is this going to give you 80% more damage? I hope so, because that's disgusting. That is really, really strong, especially if he's got the unkillable buff on him from the A2, and then he's going to be potentially at 1 HP, has the unkillable, and then gets a 99% damage boost because of the missing HP here, and then hits into the leech, full heals, gets a kill, removes all buffs from all enemies, and gets that damage increased by 5% for all enemies and allies. That's insane. Really, really good. And then if there's 3 turtle allies, activate this skill whenever an ally's HP drops below 50%. Occurs once per skill. If there are multiple champions on this team with this skill, only one will activate. So you're telling me that this is essentially going to activate every single time someone drops below 50% HP. Absolutely amazing. Now, the only bad thing about this is it does look like it puts it on cooldown, which is a little unfortunate. If this didn't put it on cooldown, this might be one of the best abilities in the game, but it does put it on cooldown. Unlike Arnorn's passive that does not put it on cooldown, this does look like it does. But on a 3-turn cooldown, that's not bad at all, especially because we have, what is it, Donatello with his, is it Donatello? No, yeah, it's Donatello. And guess what he does? Hold on, let's go to Donatello. We're looking at Donatello now. Guess what he does? He's decreasing the cooldowns of all ally skills by 2 turns. So you're going to be able to kind of do like a back-to-back immediate with the A3, which is absolutely insane when paired up with Donatello here. Nuts, nuts, nuts. All right, let's go back to Leonardo here and then talk about the passive here. Places a stone skin buff on this champion for 1 turn each time this champion's HP drops below 50%. Oh my god. So this doesn't happen just once per match, once per time. It happens every single time he drops below 50% HP. And with those leeches out there, he's going to have the lifesteal to be able to heal back up. And then because of Donatello's A1, because of the counterattacks, he's healing. Donatello's healing everybody for 5% every time he hits and does those ally assists and the continuous heals. So going above and below 50% is going to be happening so much with this team that it's absolutely insane. And then also whenever a Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, or Raphael attacks, this champion will join in on that attack. Again, going to be feeding off of this double hit on the A1 and ignoring 3% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion stacks up to 15%. Absolutely insane. Leonardo is, I'm pretty sure he's the best one. Now, I could be wrong. You can let me know down in the comment section. But this guy is absolutely disgusting, and I will do everything in my power to get him. Now, like I said, there is that progressive chance to unlock him right now, but I think that is a bait. I don't think that's going to be the only way to unlock him. I think there's going to be some sort of event to unlock him, whether it's Hero's Path, Titan event, whatever it is. This is going to be the better way to do it. But I recommend you do everything in your power to get Leonardo because he is absolutely knuckin' futs. So if you guys agree with me, let me know down in the comment section. If you don't agree with me, also let me know down in the comment section. While you're down there, make sure you click on that download link to get started the best way possible. Start getting some of these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You will also get Michelangelo 100% for free just for the login calendar here. You're also going to be getting the 5 red, so he is going to be doing amazing things, those max HP heals on the A1 every time he assists. Everybody's going to be at full health all of the time. Absolutely amazing. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, Raiders.